So, hello. Let's see if my timing is right this time. The stream should be live now. And as usual, I didn't check the sound mixer level, so there might be something wrong in there. But let's see how it works. In any case, hello. And we are back into the Terminal Emulator project, which has been developed quite a great deal since the last time you saw it. The last time you saw it was, let me see. Last time I streamed was, well, it was many days ago anyway. There's quite many commits here that have been developed outside the stream. Actually, I should probably show it in another way. There's a graphical tool for exploring the Git repository, so this may be a little bit more descriptive. Hold on, where can I... Here. Okay. So there's a couple of new commits here. Also, not all of them are by me, which is a great thing, because when you make a project and publish it in GitHub or other sites, other people can also commit to your project, so that is absolutely great. One of the things that I have recently added into this project was about adding support for the different character sets. Let me show that if I can remember the keyboard bindings here. Like so, to make the window bigger. And also, there was a command that I wrote for displaying the character sets, but I can't remember what it was actually. Can I find it here? No, I can't find it there. Hold on, I have to dig a little for, because it should have been there. Well, it doesn't seem to be in my command history anymore, but in any case, you can find a screenshot in the GitHub page here, showing that this terminal now does actually support not only the DOS character set, but also a great deal of more alphabets. Hold on, can I zoom this without lagging too much? Yes, so there's a lot of letters here that are not part of the either the DOS code page or either Latin 1, which is the other common option. So those are the two things that I well, a couple of things that I have been doing off screen, and a couple of tasks are still remaining. For example, bill support. Right now, this is Xterm. When I press backspace here, you get a little beep there, but in my terminal there's no sound effect whatsoever there. There's also screen recording, which is missing, and one of these is something I will probably do in this stream. Someone is saying video is black. Really? Video black? No, video is working just fine. Can you make C++ tutorials? Well, C++ tutorials from... Well, so many people were commenting about C++ tutorials here. I have been doing some C++ tutorials on my channel before. You have probably maybe seen one of them, and I have more planned. There is one that I am currently working on, which is what that community challenge thing that I was trying to get you people to do is related to into the production of that video. So yeah, about that bell, you can do that by SDL audio device, but if you listen to Xterm here, when I press backspace, this beep does not actually come through Pulse audio or ALSA or anything like that. It actually comes from the PC speaker, which is impossible to do in SDL if you use the SDL mic mixer thing, because for one, this beep doesn't even come through these speakers, these headphones. It comes directly through that speaker, so beeper speaker in the computer case. So it totally bypasses those. And I had a little look on how Xterm does that. I will show that to you. By the way, this text might be too small for you to see on the screen, so let me open a bigger terminal for you. If I can find the right icon here. Here we go. Bigger terminal. So if you look at Xterm source code, beep, was it beep or was it? I had a look at what does that, but where was it? Beep, bell. It was called bell. Bell. Missed. Bell. Here we go. So these are the two functions that Xterm uses for that purpose. It uses the xbell function for the sound effect, and this xbell function is documented on the xbell manual page, which of course requires a connection to the X11 server, so that could be a little bit difficult on the program that is running on SDL. So that is one option to do that, but that would be a good option if that is possible, because it will use whatever sound device there is possible to use to make that beep sound. Can you use buzzer from motherboard to make another sound? Yes, you actually can. If I install hold on, SNDPC this module, although I probably need to PCSPQ this module, then I can probably play music through that speaker. This one. Okay, well, that theoretically works, but it is too quiet to hear now, so that doesn't quite work. Ahmed, you have to ask that herself. So, this still works, even though I replaced the module. So, there are two options how I might do that beep. The beep module in my code is currently completely empty, so I could use that xbell function, or if portability is wanted, I could use the SDL mixer and just synthesize the sound. These are the two options, and I would like to go with xbell first. This function, xbell. So I will have to get a display variable first. So I will have to make a connection to the display server first. And there's also this function. What does it do? Rings the bell on the default keyboard. Window. There I would need a window or none. So these are the two options. What is the difference between these two? I don't know. Different API. So I will have to make a connection to the X server. So hold on. It was a variable called display. And this variable is created by... Actually, I know next to nothing about X11 programming, so X11 open display connection programming. I know next to nothing about X11 programming, so I will have to look up things. how to make a connection to X1 server. I may already have actually some code somewhere that does that. Oh yeah, one thing that I also was going to mention. Today we are having a hot day here in Finland. By hot I mean like 20 degrees Celsius, but that's hot enough for us. So it is actually quite hot here inside in this room. So I may do a shorter stream today, because it's not very comfortable to stream if you are all sweaty. But let me see. Display. How do I open the screen? Display dpy equals dpy. So here this creates. So first I have to create a screen, I believe. Right? Screen. Oh. No, that doesn't look right. Oh. Creating a terminal like a CMD in Windows. Ben Asher, if you don't know what a terminal is, have a look at my GitHub page for this project. The link is in the video description. I'm explaining on that page pretty clearly what is a terminal emulator and what it is not. So have a look at that page. So that saves me some time from having to explain it on the stream, because I wrote a pretty good explanation there. So open a stream. I mean screen and display. So how do I open a screen then? Screen is... No. So where does it get the screen? No. Okay, maybe this is not the best example code. Xopen display. Okay, thank you, Cookie. That will certainly help. Yes. So something like could that work? Does it require more parameters? Xbel, yes, it requires a percentage, so I will need xlib and I will need cstdlib. Will it compile? No, it doesn't. Let me guess. Yes, that's much better. So I will also need... Does that work? Yes, that does work. So let me see if that worked. It did not. So is this function actually even called? Terminal.cc beep on. Yes, it is actually used. Beep on. Printf. Printf style debugging. So the terminal opening actually worked. So is the percentage wrong? I'm just guessing here. Term. No. No sound there. So do I need something else? Do I, for example, need to listen to events or something? Have you messed around with machine learning? Yes, sort of, but not with neural networks. Programming C++ from 2 years. I know the STL and system call stuff, but where should I learn the more lower level things like you do? Well, you maybe have to be more specific and then just look for that specific thing. Have you tried Go? Have you tried Go? No. If you mean the programming language. Excel. Do I need to do something else? If the bad value error. Base volume. Base plus. Do I need to also change this? Exchange keyboard key control? Would you implement ARM that command? No, because that is not the role of the terminal emulator. Again, read this page, specifically what the terminal is not. The terminal emulator is not a shell nor a command interpreter. It does not understand anything you type. So, the role of the terminal is not to interpret commands. So, how do I set the controls? Change keyboard control, long value mask. X keyboard control. Something like that. And then in that I have to change probably pitch. Let's try one of these variables, 1 or 2. Percent and duration. So change those variables, and the variables are like this. There was also another key click percent. I don't know what that is. Pitch and duration. I'm just guessing here. I could also look up a manual page or some example code, but I kind of want to explore it first. So still didn't work because nothing happened there. Let me make a little debugging statement there to verify whether that place was actually even reached. Yes, it was reached. So, change keyboard control. Okay, Google time. Xbel, and add also this into the search. Change keyboard control. This is probably the same manual page that I was already looking at. Huh? Yeah, I downloaded that page, stupid. So, there's a book here. No. So all of these seem to refer to the manual page. So there's no example code. There's one. So mask D3 Xbel 2 equal beeps. So someone actually got that working. Get keyboard control. Do I need to get it first? I don't believe I have to, but let me try it anyway. No. X keyboard state. So that's different. Keyboard state. Do I need that? I don't believe I need that. So that should work, but for some reason it's not working. Why you use Google over DuckDuckGo or other privacy-oriented search engines? A bit mostly. Why Finnish not like immigrants? I have nothing against immigrants. And in general. Have you done any 68K-ism? No, I actually haven't. I have read it, but I have never done it. Make sure the driver is loaded for PC speaker. Well, it is loaded because when I press backspace here, this does beep. Although I could switch that module again. So remove that module. Doesn't seem to be possible. Well, no can do. So that doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. If I need to do the SDL mixer here, which I probably should anyway because of portability. There's also the possibility of doing it the Microsoft way. If this is being compiled on Windows, there's a define which I could use if def something. Should it be MSVC or something? Probably Windows or something like that. I don't remember the defines, but use a Windows equivalent function which does that, but that's not a priority for me right now. Yeah, something like that. But I would like to get this working before. Greetings to Kouvola. I would like to get this working before I switch to SDL mixer here, because it's more work to do than mixer thing. I'm using Linux, Mangosta. Microsoft thing, yeah. Does anyone have any idea why this is not working? Because I do have that module up, so the device should be working. Is there a return value on that function? Return value, return. What happens? Beep, 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 beep. So it returns 1. What does 1 mean? I really don't know much anything about X programming, so bad value. Well, it wasn't either one of those. Bad value. It was a bad request, so that means maybe this display variable was not right. So what does xopen display do? It will, if it's not successful, it returns null. Okay, so maybe this was the problem. Let me see both of those. Stack Overflow questions. What was that? Make sounds with beep. Yeah, that's like Windows thing, but not using Windows here, so that's a no-go. Yeah, none of these answers seem to be helpful. Yeah, this sort of thing would actually maybe possibly work, but I don't want to use this because, for example, this kind of thing will totally fail if you don't have permissions to write into this device. So both of those returned 1. So both of them said bad request. Why? Is there a compatibility layer or something for compiling C++ for Windows? You don't need a compatibility layer because you have C++ compilers for Windows. Or otherwise, I don't understand what you ask, what you mean by that question. Do you remember? Recommend to be IT polyglot? How deep can be? How deep can be? That is deep. So there was another link here, so let me check that also. Beep time console, yeah. There's a Linux specific and I kinda don't want to do that. Yeah. No thank you, because that requires access to Linux console, which might not be possible there. And this is also something that is dependent on the PC speaker. And in case you didn't know, if I don't have that beeper device, if I hit backspace here, no, I don't want to do that. And also, where would it put it? Where would it write it? If I redirect the output of the program somewhere, if I run it like this, then everything I print there will be printed into that file, so that will not be possible. So that echo would also go into the file, so that's not correct. Yeah, that is actually Cookie. That was actually the next thing I was planning to do, but I didn't actually know it was really possible. This is actually quite interesting. Yeah, I would like to do that. But do I have a window somewhere? Window, yes I do. Unloading Pulse Audio Module X11. Why would I do that? But Cookie, that suggestion is the best one that I have received so far, so I'd like to try that. Now the problem is because this is in anonymous namespace here, this variable, and I need to access it in this beeper module. What is the best architecture to do that? I could do this. This is not very nice. Let me try that anyway. Window, so SDL get window info, so that would be the info. Get info. So there's a variable x11 display. Info.x11.display. Does it work? No. It requires probably some include that I did not do. Like this. Better. Getting there. Data fields. Why? Why does it not exist there? Has no member called that. SDL2, SDL... sys... Yeah, probably as usual YouTube generated a new live stream because of the pause. So I'm back anyway. System crashed. Press escape. What happened here? So what did I miss here? So yeah, someone said printf. That has the exact same problem as the system line earlier. That is not the way to do it. So hold on, let me check whether YouTube generated a new stream for this, new stream file for this. Okay, doesn't look like it did that, so that is good. So I am still in the same stream, which is the most important thing here. So while the stream was out, I added this info.info, which actually gets the display variable here. But there is another problem now. When I do this, I get a display opening failed, so which means this variable actually is null. So that is not what I have. So let me see what it actually created here. For subsystem. Copy paste, copy paste. How many years of experience do you have in coding? Like 27. An unknown system. Well. So what does it actually have? Unknown system. 0. So I guess this function call actually failed. I have been streaming just half an hour now, but I'm already so sweaty. Of course this won't display the room temperature here, but trust me, it's hot here. The outside temperature right now is 19 degrees Celsius. So yeah. So why would this function call is there a function like that? SDL get error. Yes, there is. Application not compiled with SDL 2.0. Really? Really? Application not compiled with SDL 2.0. Well, it is compiled with SDL 2.0, as you can see here. SDL2, SDL2. Why? Not compiled. So much about programming is Googling things when you run into unexpected problems. I don't know. Can I also do this? Did you research Unreal Engine packages? No, I didn't. This program is running SDL version 0.0.0 on an unknown system. Really? How is that possible? Oh yeah, it gives me 0 because it depends on this function called succeeding. SDL init could be the reason, so SDL init. Yeah, I may need to call that. SDL init video, audio. Is there a keyboard flag? No, there is not. Still doesn't work. Is there some subsystem that I need to initialize here? Init everything. Let's try init everything. There was an include mentioned on one of the pages you looked at. Well, this example over here mentions SDL and SDL this one, and both of these are included in this module. So no, still doesn't work. So it wasn't SDL init that's causing it. 38 degrees Celsius. Well, you get used to that, of course. But right now, well, it's 20 degrees outside, but inside here in my room it's like, I guess 27 or something. SDL version. I need that. SDL version. That would be. It works. Thank you, Stian Skjelstad. That actually worked. So let me remove these. Of course I don't need duration 1 second, I only need 100 milliseconds or something. That's still quite long. Maybe I need shorter? Yeah, that was really long. Let me check whether that pitch works. Works. So let me make it the standard pitch. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly the same as what Xterm is doing. So that works now. Of course, this only works on systems with X11, and I really don't want that dependency here, so so let me add that as a to-do. And of course remove these functions that are never used. Remove that and that. And also remove that wrong comment here. Yeah. No CPP toast, that will not work. Because system beep will just execute a command called beep, and if I execute a command called beep, nothing happens because there is no such command here. But in any case, that task is now done. Thanks to so many of you. Although this change is kinda awkward. So, in any case, bell is now done. So the next one that I should do is screen recording. Using SDL to generate a simple square wave shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Well, it kinda depends, because you would need to create a mixer that produces continuous stream of sound. I don't have that program either, Jelix. Nice try. Yeah, make -J automatically uses all cores. Actually, that means that it runs everything simultaneously that it possibly could. So, screen recording. So, of course, for that purpose I would need libav codec, I believe. Also, I should probably do this in terms of package config, possibly. Yeah. So remove that. Using SDL audio, you can play a sample of Biscuit saying a random bad word in Finnish. Yes, you can do that. And you could, of course, do something like this.
Worm.
Intruder.
Dodo.
Okay, there was a couple of more sound effects there than I thought, but yeah, something like that would work, but that's not what I want there. In any case, that beep problem is now temporarily at least done. So I committed that, and I could possibly Viera Costa, if you read the chat rules, if I don't understand the language you are speaking, I am going to assume that you said something obscene. Even though in this case I don't think you did, but rules are rules. Thank you, Itamar Carvalho. I have no idea how to pronounce that name correctly. Package config libav codec. Really? No, that doesn't work. Actually, there may be a reason why that doesn't work. Oh yeah. The package not having been installed could be a good reason why it doesn't work. So I will need these and I'll need AV4 multi-div. What else could I need? Well, those are the starters. Are you a Nordic person? Yes, I am. Finland is a Nordic country. Oh, that song name, yeah, that